Okay everyone, we're going to run the Gauntlet. Wait, is that the right term? Oh. No, wait. We're just going to talk about Gauntlet. Gauntlet originally is an arcade title for 4 players maximum. It's a top-down hack and slash game. Originally created by Atari with the Commodore releases, the Commodore 64 releases, and yes, there are 2 of them, but as far as I can tell there are no differences between them. Sold by US Gold in Europe and Mindscape in the United States of America. So, as in the arcade version, there are 4 characters you can choose from. Thor the Warrior, Thyra the Valkyrie, Merlin the Wizard, and Questor the Elf. The Valkyrie is the most average of all characters in everything, which makes her an appropriate choice for beginners. While Thor is the muscle, Merlin is the brains, and Questor, well, he's the nimble elf. Let me talk a bit about the arcade version and what's lacking in the Commodore 64 one. You see, the arcade version has voice samples such as the one you heard last time.
Someone got a food.
Thank you. Which the Commodore 64 version unfortunately lacks. This can be crucial and is a crucial flaw, at least as far as I can see, as in a multiplayer session, which means on the Commodore 64 only 2 people, you may easily miss the note popping up that your shots now stun the other players. While in the arcade version, you got a voice-over telling you that as well.
Your shot now hurt other players.
Also, the graphics are downgraded, but that's to be expected. The soundtrack for the Commodore 64 version is slightly more ingraining itself into your mind, but that's primarily because the jingle version of the main theme drills itself into your brain as it is played before each and every single one of the 512 levels. Okay, so now let me talk about the opponents, the enemies. There are ghosts who are the first enemies you'll encounter. Also there are grunts, demons, lobbers, which are kobolds tossing stones over walls to hit you, sorcerers, which know an invisibility spell, thieves, and Death himself. Yes, Death. And in case anyone wants to know, yes, I'm writing his name in capitals in my script. And Death kind of is the equivalent to Boss Monster, as he can only be destroyed by magic potions, which work kind of like smart bombs and can be carried around, and then be destroyed either by shooting them or be destroyed by shooting at them, which is kind of stupid because it instantly zaps everyone, or by pressing the spacebar, or by letting Death touch you and drain you of 200 health points. And you only start out with 2000 health, which naturally diminishes over time and can only be replenished by using healing potions and food. And just because I said only Death, well, that doesn't mean you'll only encounter one Death on the level. Actually, there may be more than one waiting to reach you, so yeah. We have Deaths as boss enemies. Fortunately, of course, there are some benevolent items on the floors which will help you outside of the monster generators, which you have to destroy to make sure that there are no reinforcements. So the benevolent items are keys to open doors, amulets which turn you invisible, teleporters and other items which make you stronger, faster, resisting more damage. You get the idea. In a two-player game, as I said, and that's the maximum amount of players for home ports in general as far as I know, in a two-player game it is generally advisable for you to only die while the other player is still in the game, because when you then press fire on your joystick, you'll be resurrected and put right into the action. There were expansions or sequels for the Commodore 64 and other consoles of that time. Starting with Gauntlet, Deeper Dungeons, basically an expansion pack, and then Gauntlet 2 and 3. Maybe you want to play Gauntlet nowadays. Well, besides getting an arcade cabinet and playing it on the original hardware, you could go and get Midway Arcade Treasures 1, maybe Midway Greatest Arcade Hits 2, both for the Dreamcast, I believe. Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection 2, for PlayStation, and maybe play Gauntlet 2 on the PlayStation 3, which is available via the PlayStation Network. And that's all I can say about Gauntlet right now. Next time we're going to talk about another arcade classic, Paperboy.